You know, one thing I've said for a long time, and I apologise right from the start, that I'm kind of looking like some kind of fucking emaciated version of Kazumi Fowler, but I've had a bit of filling in done here, and I'm just trying to let it get some air, really. I've always said about diversity that it's great. There's two sides to diversity within a company, which is there's the outward facing side. There's the fact that we want to make sure that everybody has equality of opportunity, and the kind of line is that if everything isn't, if there isn't some evidence of diversity, then maybe that's indicative that there isn't equality of opportunity. I'm not always convinced by that, I've got to say. I'm not. I think there's other factors that are at play there as well. But definitely that's one of the motivating factors, I think, behind this push for diversity and inclusion is outward facing and making sure that people from different ethnic groups, making sure that men and women are not being discriminated against. But there's another factor which companies are all too ready to trumpet, which is that apparently, according to them, companies benefit from diversity. But what the fuck does that mean, honestly? Does it mean that companies benefit from having an array of different skin tones? That somehow, you know, just, I mean, maybe you could just put people under a sun lamp, right? And so some people are really white and some people have got a good tan and the company would benefit from that. Of course it doesn't mean that, does it? Right. And it doesn't mean that companies benefit from having some people wearing a dress and some people from wearing a suit, or some people from having a couple of testicles and a penis within their clothing, and some people from having vulva, right, labia within their clothing and a pair of breasts, right? That isn't what it means. The suggestion is that by having a more diverse workforce in terms of ethnicity and in terms of gender, that you will have a greater diversity of opinion. That is the suggestion there. And that may well be true. But of course, the issue is that I could put you together, a panel of 12 people, let's say, right, and have them all looking totally fucking diverse, like some kind of odd freak show, not just with people of different ethnicities, right, and men and women, but all kinds of manner of weird, wild and wonderful people. Saw a woman on the telly the other night, she tattooed the whites of her eyes so that they looked blue. The whites of her fucking eyes she tattooed, so she looked blue. I could have this perfectly diverse looking set of 12 people, but select them so that they all had exactly the same political views, all exactly the same views on social on social matters, right? And would that be the kind of diversity that benefits the company? No, of course it wouldn't, but that would be the kind of thing that companies are trying to get away from. So when I had a look at Sargon of Akkad's channel the other day, his B channel, the Thinkery, he'd listed this woman who was called, I'm just looking the name up, Denise Young Smith is the woman's name, and she talks about diversity in the workplace. Now, bear in mind, Denise Young Smith is a black woman, so she can't be accused of white-splaining or mansplaining because she's neither white nor man, and I don't think that black-splaining and woman-splaining are a thing. They're not a fucking thing, okay? So she could be free to say what she thought. What she said was this, interesting this, she said, I focus on everyone. Diversity is the human experience. I get a little bit frustrated when diversity or the term diversity is tagged to the people of colour or the women or the LGBT. There can be 12 white, blue-eyed, blonde men in a room. That's me out because I've gone back to my natural colour now. And they're going to be diverse too because they're going to bring a different life experience and life perspective to the conversation. Fucking hell, this is a black woman saying this, so she can't get pulled up, can she? I don't know, but she seems to be saying exactly the kind of thing that I would say. She's not saying there's anything wrong with trying to encourage more women or people from different underrepresented groups, but what she's saying is effectively the most important thing for her from a company perspective, from a fucking company perspective, is that we have a diversity of opinion. Right, that's what's going to benefit the company, diversity of opinion, not having this superficial diversity where everybody looks different but thinks the same fucking thing. Okay, seemed kind of positive there. Then I see a Ranting Monkey video today where he links somewhat depressingly, to this follow-up, and she's been forced into an apology and said that she didn't really mean what she said. I mean, I don't blame her. She wants to keep a job, as Ranting Monkey says. But how you can say I get a little bit frustrated when diversity boils down to people of colour and blah, blah, blah and all that lot, when really what's important is what we think. And she said, oh, no, I didn't really mean that. No, really, I am interested. Actually, I don't give a shit about what people think. I just want to make sure that everybody looks different. Yeah, I'm on board with the message after all. Obviously, she's just saying that. But what a depressing thing. And the reason that I'm making this video is because Ranting Monkey didn't pick up on this. But isn't she just the example of the kind of thing that she finds so frustrating? In that what this woman has is the diversities that count. She's a woman and she's black. She's ticking those boxes. But unfortunately, she also had a diversity of opinion. And she's just proven the very thing that she was frustrated about, which was that she demonstrated a diversity of opinion and she's got slapped down for that. Nobody's slapping her down for being a woman or for being black. Of course not. We're all on board with those things. They're all fucking magic. But she's shown a diversity of opinion. She's not towed the particular line there, and she's got smacked down for that. That is really, really fucking depressing. That and the article that Ranting Monkey gave showed some tweets, and this tweet absolutely sums it up from Conchess at Conchess6. Listen to this. If I worked at Apple, I would not accept her apology. She's an example of diversity, and inclusion has to include the right thought process. I mean, yeah, that diversity has to include thinking the right way. If you think a different way, right, that's not what diversity must include. I mean, that's fucking scary, isn't it? It's not scary that somebody thinks like Conchess here. The scary thing is that somebody thinks like Conchess and doesn't realise what it is that they're saying here. That even when they're talking about diversity, they're demanding conformity. Scary shit in many ways. That. Okay, just wanted to add that on terms of what Ranting Monkey had to say. Thank you for listening and for bearing with having to watch my withered up form. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.